Hello, just bringing in the other group. Welcome. Hello, welcome to your daily meditation challenge. I'm just rolling off my yoga mat. It is my yoga day today, 3-hour yoga day, but we reduce it down to 2 hours today so I can come in here for the meditation challenge at 8 a.m. or whatever time it may be where you are, or replay. So thank you for bringing you here, your presence here, your consciousness here. And that's what it's all about, is creating a greater consciousness, working your edges and the edges of your awareness, and feeling that restlessness with what might be going on for you with that consciousness. Because we might not always like what we see, what you see, what I see. Today in our practice, we are working with the edges of meanness. When in your life have you been mean? What was the meanest that you've ever been? And finding that shadow piece in your heart or in your body. Where does that reside in your body? Mm-hmm. And with the object, the resolve to love everybody, everything with all of me. Mm-hmm. We did lots of twists. And working with the exhale. When we have an open mouth with sound exhale, that really helps to regulate and stabilize the nervous system. And that's the messenger. It's one of the messengers to whether we're in that fight, flight, freeze, or that rest and digest. So fight, flight, freeze, chest breath, rest or digest. And as I work through the asanas on my mat and I work with the edges, the breath is wanting to go up here. And I'm consciously letting my body know that with that exhale, that everything is okay. Everything is okay. I'm safe. We're going to stabilize into this pose as much as it is uncomfortable. Stabilize into this pose and then expand into it. So I can make a different choice. So I can make a choice that says, it's not so bad. I've just exhaled and relaxed into this edge, this piece of me. And that's the mastery that we work with when we start to work with ourselves in varying degrees, I wish I knew that as a teenager. We didn't have a dishwasher, and I would always get stuck washing the dishes, not only because I was female, but because I was 4 years older, because maybe I was taller and I could reach the sink sooner than my brother could. So had I had this knowledge, and we were a very forward-thinking household, I could have looked at it like that movie, that wax on, wax off, where he was asked to do a chore by one of his gurus or his elders, and same thing. I could have just looked at it as a way to meditate, to create a meditation out of it, to change my mind, to then expand into it, and then change my mind. I think first you need the expansion, and then to take a look at what you can put in there instead. If you're going to remove a blockage, if you're going to work to assist to move out a piece of you that you're trying to alchemize, transmute, transform, change, all those really wonderful words, then we need to remember that we're going to work with unconditional love and the kindness to you back. It's not shame or blame or beat yourself up with a stick for that shadow side, that piece of maybe meanness or stinginess. And stinginess can be, not sharing your time, saying, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Nope. Nope. Or all different things. So it was a beautiful morning from 6 till 8 this morning, and that's with Padmanjali Yoga is my teacher. And if you have any interest in participating in that, it's available online. And if you cannot find it, please reach out to me at info@blissb.me, be.me. So welcome to my personal practice too. So now it's an extension of my yoga practice, because this hour they would be going into some kriyas and breathing techniques. And here we are, we're going to engage our lower diaphragmatic breath into our abdomen, get into that, engage that parasympathetic nervous system, and come into, we're going to do 3 things today: grounding, centering, and aligning, because we can't go out here unless we are anchored here. We're going to come into our heart and then do that alignment. Then we're going to go into meditation. We're going to work with, I'm going to work with a mala. We'll do five rounds plus a bonus round. And I'll let you know after each round. And then pull an inspiration card at the end to allow us to take that into our day and create greater awareness around. It would be like, wow, we just talked about that this morning. And that's what my yoga practice does too in the mornings. It allows me to create that awareness and journal with it. Even a few lines, just a few lines. I know I've had head-butted journaling for a long time, and sometimes I still find that I have resistance to it, but to soften into it, create expansion around that restlessness. Let the body know that it's safe, and you're open to receiving what's going to come out in your scribing, and rejoice, because there are so many, I think I've showed this before, these are so many insights that have come up from journaling that, that I've chosen to label, that information downloads, I call them. It was like a great downloading session. And I think it's a whole part of our higher consciousness. So it's like our higher consciousness, our divine consciousness, God, creator, source energy is sharing something with you. Just like when I sit at 8:03, story has it that the guru will come and visit on my seat with me sometimes I even experience that he's sitting beside me, or they are sitting beside me. And I think, no. Sometimes I feel like, a guide might be right behind my shoulder, and I pay attention. Is it my left shoulder or my right shoulder? Is it a feminine guide? Is it a male guide? We have masculine and feminine rhythmic rhythms through our body. Let's get started in our grounding and centering and aligning. Let's take a nice exhale with sound into the seat where you are sitting or laying. And one more. As long as you can. We're really releasing the stale CO2, carbon dioxide, out of the body. So the body will then naturally take a deeper breath. I don't know if you can feel that ease down into your lower abdomen when you take release that stale CO2. We're going to turn all our sensories on, our vision, and our hearing, and our smell, even our taste, our knowing, and our feeling, sensing the tactileness as we prepare to go down to the central core of the earth. So wherever you might be sitting, if you've got your feet on the floor, really engage those 4 points on your feet. And then take your toes and suction them in to the ground. And the reason why you're doing that is you're actually going to use that to draw Mother Earth's energy up So the base, your big toes and your second toe in from your pinky toes, those are sort of your anchor points that you're going to pull in and feel that sense of energy. Now imagine that you've got etheric feet, etheric line down to the central core of the earth, or tree roots. And the tree root always has one core root if you want it to be that core root, or take them all down simultaneously. And just allow that imagination. I just got truth bumps going up all down my legs as I started to engage into taking my etheric feet down through the earth. And sense that rock and that slate and that sand. And you might want to take it on the exhale going down into the earth as you really feel yourself settling down into the earth. I find that working with the breath is such a great tool in directionally getting me where I want to go. And right down into that molten, the warmth of that molten. Sense it as you go down. Are you going faster, swooshing right down to the central core of the earth, wrapping your tree roots or your etheric feet around this beautiful crystalline core. Oh, it's just gorgeous. As you pull up this frequency, red frequency of Mother Earth energy, it's often seen as red. Every color has a frequency. Actually, everything has a frequency. Draw that up. So on the inhale, suck it up like a straw, right up to the bottom of your 2 feet and allow it to fill, permission to receive, permission to heal anything that needs to be healed with these beautiful healing hertz. This resonance, this Schumann resonance that's invited into your body, into your ankles and your calves and your knees and your thighs. Bathe it over your hip joints and your pelvis area. Wow, what a hard-working area this is. Now bring your breath down to your lower abdomen and breathe it up into your abdomen, filling the whole torso, front, back, sides, engaging your deep diaphragmatic breath. Inhaling it up into your chest and your heart. Allow it to wash over your shoulders as you slightly expand your chest out. Allow it to come down your arms to your wrists, your hands, and your fingertips. All the way to your fingertips. On the next inhale, you might want to breathe it up into the neck, the gateway. Bathe those tendons and ligaments and all those tiny muscles and large muscles that hold your head on its top. Breathe it up into the face, over the top of the skull. You might even want to gently cascade just barely touching your head with your fingertips and allow it to feel that energy. Bring it out the top and allow it to cascade down the outside of the body. Like a waterfall, 360 degrees, touching all the first and second layers of your biofield. See it cleansing that biofield of any static or anything that's holding on. It's like, can be like that Swiffer, that duster that clasps onto the dust. Our field can take in that static and hold it in your field. And one of the best ways to release that static from your field is by raising your vibration. It's like it falls away. I really believe that's also one of the great reasons of doing asana, doing yoga practice, the postures, is we're raising the vibration, and just naturally that cling can't cling once the vibration, the frequency changes. It's the like that attracts like. That whenever we're at that low vibe, we can attract that low vibe. When we're at the high vibe, we attract the high vibe. So here we are, we're going to take that line and center through the body as we prepare to raise our vibration. We're going to align with divine God, creator, source energy. So let's just do a teeter-totter and feel that. You can even do a little circle. Feel that still point, find that still point. And if you can't intuitively find that still point, as we raise our vibration, our intuition becomes more clear, and we are in a place where we will know. It just feels more sincere, more divinely, that divine knowing into your intuition. And I use divine freely. It's a place of many names, and you pick what name works for you in engaging with your higher self, your higher intelligence, guides, archangels, spirits, angels. So now let's take that line through the central core of the earth, through the perineum, which is the center of your buttocks, up through your Sushumna Nadi, your central channel, your spine, and out your seventh chakra, Sahasrara. Take that, put that antenna up, create that highway through the solar system, through the Milky Way, and into the cosmos. Get a sense of attaching to that place and locking in as you offer permission to receive this golden white light frequency that down this superhighway that you have created. Opening up the seventh chakra and inviting in this healing frequency, this golden white light. You might want to just draw your fingers without touching your face, or lightly touch your face as you draw it into your full skull. Sense that illumination, sense that sparkle, that effervescence. You might want to take an exhale and allow this golden white light energy to come in. And on the exhale, draw it in on the inhale, and on the exhale, allow it to expand into your body, touching every cell and every space in between each cell, over your shoulders, down your arms, to your fingertips, to your hands, so you can touch everything you touch today. Moving forward is with love. Breathe it into your heart center, your lungs, healing those lungs. There's so much toxicity that we may take in, whether it's a fragrance burning candle, or whether it's cleaning products, or whether it's the dust and the pollen that's being or that's being circulated in the house with the furnace being on. Breathe it into your torso and your side ribs and your back body. Ensure that you've cascaded this golden white light right down from the top of your brainstem, the back of your neck, down your full back. Breathe it into your hips and your pelvis, down into your thighs, your knees, your calves, your ankles, your feet, all the way to the tips of your toes. And get a sense of these two energies. Do your feet feel heavy and your buttocks feel heavy and parts of your body feel light? Do you feel the light of within the density of Mother Earth? Do you feel grounded but yet connected and aligned? If you have any worries, or let them go here. Release any tension you might be holding in your body. Allow your shoulders to drop 3 inches. If you have a question, if you want guidance, this is the place. That sensation of grounding, centering, and aligning. When we center, we bring all our energy in. The body's got to call it all in. Nothing that we have to do. It's all the body's work. So we're going to prepare for meditation. So you may want to grab a blanket. If you want a sip of water, have a sip of water. If you need to go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom. We'll go into 5 rounds of a meditation. Working with a beautiful mantra, Soham, or anything that you wish to use. If you've got a mantra of your choice, by all means, you incorporate this practice for you. just going to step away. My furnace is being noisy today. I don't know if you can hear it. I'm going to turn it off temporarily. It'll allow me to have some peace and quiet during the meditation as well. I have my blanket. Especially after doing the yoga, I get chilled. The body heats up and then cools down. And get my mala out. I'm going to use a new stone today that I have not really, I don't know why I haven't been using it. Maybe because I can't pronounce it. So I'm going to be brave and I'm going to bring it out and say that it is cacoexonite. Cacoexonite. And it's in amethyst. So this is just a smaller stone. You can see a bit of the purple. Yeah, it's quite pretty. Quite pretty. Its description is it heightens spiritual awareness. It's good for meditation, dream work, or past life regression. It heightens the effect of the full moon or the new moon. So we've got the new moon tomorrow. We have the new moon. We have the solar eclipse in the new moon. Helps overcoming fear, releases stress, assists with planetary realignment and earth healing, enables one to connect to and align with higher beings. I think I've just found a new BFF, a new best friend in a rock, because that, yes, we'll use this again tomorrow when we are part of the solar eclipse. Really important and time to keep your vibe high. That's one of the reasons I decided to do the meditation challenge, was through because the planets are so strong this month. And not only do we have the solar eclipse tomorrow and the new moon, which allows us to close a chapter and open a new one, and especially with the new moon. And the eclipse also does work with the shadow piece, right? Because it's coming in and covering up. So it's good to take a look at where might you be being mean, or where have you been mean, and releasing and transmuting that into love and kindness, and taking a look at the stinginess where we may be using the order of the pandemic to really feel empowered to just say no, but to say no with love and kindness, perhaps, so that there's still that inclusivity, even though there isn't. We can do it with our heart. Loving all beings. Loving all beings, loving all beings, loving all beings. It's such a beautiful mantra. If you want to hold that as your mantra, by all means. I'm going to work with my living mantra. And so find your seat, whether it's behind your third eye or pull up your stool in your heart. Put on your observer or your witness. Your observer is the observer that sees the thoughts, or, observes the thoughts coming through the mind and not engaging them. I find that the witness is even more self-removed, actually seeing you in your meditation and seeing you as observing. So you might want to try each one or stick with one. You see what works and see what works for you. So the object here is to not engage in the thought. Which way might it be easier for you not to engage in your thoughts, as the observer or actually as the witness? So as the witness, we do actually pull ourselves out a little bit, and hence the reason why we stay so grounded and do the grounding work in the front end. Let's begin. I have my stone. I'm putting my mudra, same one, index finger into the thumb, into the crux of the thumb, middle finger, ring finger, and pinky out. And I take that to my abdomen, where I helps me to my body to, that's the instruction for my body to breathe to my hand, quite simply. So I'm going to put this beautiful cacoxenite in my cacoxenite, cacoxenite, into my, as a conductor. And let's begin. Inhaling on the so, exhaling on the hum. And you may want to come in and take another deep breath to your lower abdomen and just exhale so you settle into that grounding that you've created. Come back into that still point, that line that you've made straight up to divine God, creator, source energy. Reestablish that posture, almost like a string is pulling you up from the top of your head, but not too hard. Inhaling on the so, exhaling on the hum. Inhaling on the so, exhaling on the hum. Curling your lips up a little bit, especially if you are sitting behind your third eye. You might have taken a seat on that beautiful pine cone of the pineal gland. It reminds me of when I sit at the top of the pineal gland on that pine cone. I have this exquisite picture of sitting in the Himalayas at 11,500 feet in a blue sky, bright sunny day. In Badrinath, India. You're welcome to sit at that top of the mountain with me if that imagery works for you. Basking in that sunlight. Being one with that blue sky. That's one round. One smooth breath. No pause, no jerk, no noise, and no judgment. Putting your thoughts in the cloud for storage. Put them in a bubble and send them up into the ethers. If you find today that you're having many thoughts, allow that train just to keep rolling by. And your whole meditation may just be putting the thoughts on the train, putting the thoughts on the train, putting the thoughts on the train, and creating that space of non-engagement and peace. That's 2. Thank you, Guru. Thank you. I thank my Guru for coming and sitting with me at my designated time, the Guru of the lineage Himalayan tradition, Swami Rama. I thank them for their wisdom. And their sacred teachings. Engaging with the breath, the inhalation a little deeper. And exhaling a little longer, an even breath on both the inhalation and the exhalation with no pause. That's 3. Inhaling so, exhaling hum. You want to check on your posture. See if your posture is pulling you forward or back or side to side. You want to recenter, re-engage in your breath, your mantra, reset. Thank you, Guru, thank you. That's 4. Putting your thoughts in the cloud or the bubble. That's 5. You're welcome to stay where you are with your mantra, so hum, or you're welcome to join me. I do blissbe.me. I come down into my heart, settle into my heart, feel bliss. Blissbe.me. So you've got 3 syllables. So it goes like this in your thought process of state of flow. Bliss be me, 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 bliss be me. So this is to help to learn that state of flow. So you're just seeing like the bliss be me is like almost like the train that's going through, or it's just a wave or frequency. I often see it with lots of color. It's like a kaleidoscope when you're looking through a kaleidoscope of color for me. And I curl my lips up a little bit and offers this little bit of it has a different energy. It has a movement energy for me. So it gives me a little pep in my step. It also strengthens the template of bliss and the template in which that we do the work. It's almost like I sit a little bit taller, have that extra little pull on that string up into that alignment. And take a nice deep breath as you release the mantra. Bring your prayer hands to your heart. You might want to just give a slight bow down to your hands in honor for you, honor for the connection with the divine creator source energy, higher self. Really honor yourself here. This is like a devotion to your mastery. This is a big deal. It's not, this is a very big deal. With so much love to you. Love yourself up here. Send a wave of bliss, joy, love through your whole body. Inhale it in. And on the exhale, expand it out. And keep expanding it out. And inhale it in. With an open mouth, expand it out past you, past your city, past your province, state, country, continent, into the world. You might just want to reach and extend your arms out. Here, take it, share some of my bliss. Share some of my love and my joy. The joy to the world. Share it. Be generous with your love. Inhale it in, exhale it out. Take it. It's yours, right? Be generous with that love. Okay, let's see what I'm just going to randomly grab the cards here. I put them all away. We've used all the little decks. I've got a lot of larger decks, but they're too much to read. So we're going to go back to the Return of Spirit deck. This one's by Cheryl Lee Harnish. And it's the beautiful, beautiful imagery. The last time we pulled the card here, during this month, we had Integrity. Let's see what we have today. Please offer us up some guidance today to move into our daily awareness and our daily journaling. Oops, there it is. Oh, it's gorgeous. You can see what you see in that card. It says fearless. Be fearless in sharing your love. Be fearless. Let's see what it says on the card, on the book. Be fearless in sharing your love. I'm going to hold that while I read it. Oh dear, it's a little bit long. Fear is natural, normal, and healthy. It is part of the human survival mechanism, but sometimes fear can take us over in an unhealthy way and stop us dead in our tracks. Dear soul, you have received this card today because the energetic imprint of fear is blocking your necessary progress forward in your life. The fact that you are experiencing fear right now is a sign that you're about to take a very important step forward on your path. It also can indicate that your path is being blocked from the negative, fearful energy that is held. This card brings the soft, loving energy of spirit to give you the emotional support you need. It is strengthening your heart center to help you overcome the limiting fear-based thoughts which are holding you back. Too much of your time has been spent thinking about things you think or feel you need to do in your life. It is now time to begin taking action one baby step at a time. Where there is fear, there's often a lack of faith. It's time to put your trust in the hands of spirit. There is a reason you are feeling called to take action, and there is also a reason why you are experiencing the blockage of fear as well. Quite often, the one thing we fear to do is the very thing which will lead us to our own empowerment. Fear is the factor which we must all overcome in order to step into our power. Breathe as you relax your body and release your mind. Trust yourself. Trust in divine. Begin taking the necessary steps forward despite your fear. Remember, fear is a feeling, not a reality. You cannot remain small any longer. Your heart is calling you onward. Be fearless. Just go for it. I love creating a new sort of beacon, a light beacon for myself every year. And I come up with phrase or a series of words. And one time it was, how will I, because that's action, how will I rise in fearless flight to my new height? How will I rise? How will I rise? How will I soar? No, how will I soar in fearless flight to my new height? So you might want to pull that one in. If that works for you, I share it with you. How will I soar in fearless flight to my new height? Be fearless. It's going to take some courage and some bravery to stand in your chosen reality of what you want to become from this situation that we are in. Thank you for being here. I love you. I look forward to sharing space with you tomorrow. Day 23 tomorrow. Awesome. So proud of all of you for doing the work. Blessings. See you soon.